You know, we've been conditioned to believe that we are nothing more than our thoughts, our fears, our endless chatter, a mental prison that we carry with us. Most people go through life identifying so closely with their minds that they mistake every passing thought for the essence of who they truly are. But here's what they don't realize. The mind is just a tool, a fleeting instrument of perception, not your true self. You see, think of your consciousness as the vast open sky, while your thoughts are merely passing clouds, sometimes dark and stormy, at times light and fluffy, but never truly defining the expanse of the sky itself. This is why so many people go through their days feeling disconnected and lost, trapped by the incessant noise, believing they are their worries, their anxieties, and their regrets. Now, if this resonates with you, if you've ever felt the weight of your thoughts or thought for a moment that your life was dictated by what goes on in your head, this is where it gets really interesting. I once knew someone who let every negative thought dictate her actions, and what happened was a life lived in shadows, missing the vibrance that life has to offer. She would wake up each day with a small cloud hovering over her, every worry, every regret building up the weight of it, until finally she felt imprisoned by it, unable to see the light of possibility beyond the grey. You may have had moments like that yourself, days where the heaviness of your thoughts seems to press down on you, as if you're carrying a mountain on your shoulders. It's maddening, isn't it? But let me tell you something. The moment she began to understand that she was not the mind but the observer of it, everything shifted. Suddenly, instead of being the passenger in her own mental vehicle, she took the wheel. She tapped into a reservoir of eternal consciousness, untouched by life's turbulence. This is the pivotal moment we must all face, when we realize we are not only our thoughts. In this realization lies a profound freedom, a chance to step back from that incessant chatter and view it from a distance. Imagine standing on a cliff, gazing down at the turbulent sea below, but knowing you need not jump into that chaos. Instead, you can stand firm, feeling the wind while holding your ground. We begin to understand that thoughts are transient. They come and go like clouds passing across the sky. Some days might feel overwhelmingly stormy, while others may be tranquil, but none of them truly represent the essence of our being. As you journey through life, I want you to reflect on your own mental patterns. What narratives have you carried with you for so long that they have become part of your identity? Perhaps you have believed that you are not good enough, or that your past mistakes define your future. Let's use this opportunity to explore how these beliefs form the very fabric of how we see ourselves and relate to the world around us. You might find yourself surprised as you unravel the layers of conditioning and expectations that have been placed upon you. For many, exploring these narratives can feel intimidating. It's as if you are peeling back layers of an onion, ready to deal with the tears that might come. But this is not just a philosophical exploration. It's a chance to reclaim your true self, the limitless observer who can witness thoughts without judgment. So, what might shift in your reality if you changed your perspective from being the thought to being the observer? Imagine feeling liberated from the misunderstandings that have kept you anchored in fear and anxiety. You would navigate through life with clarity, aware of the storms yet unbothered by them, capable of appreciating the peaceful blue sky above, even amidst the chaos below. But here's what most people miss. It is our identity that we must confront. Society teaches us to cling to our thoughts like monkeys, holding onto branches while swinging through trees. But when we learn to let go, we free ourselves from the relentless chase of mental validation. It's a great paradox, really, understanding that true validation comes not from our thoughts, but from the stillness that allows us to see those thoughts for what they are. This isn't just a concept to mull over. This realization can change lives. As we navigate this journey together, I want you to hold this understanding close. Allow it to spark curiosity within you. You are more than the sum of your thoughts. The sky of your consciousness remains vast and untainted, waiting for you to recognize its beauty. So take a moment, breathe deeply, and prepare to embrace the journey ahead. There's so much more to discover about yourself, and it all begins with recognizing one simple truth. You're not just a collection of thoughts. You are the vast observer, waiting to unlock your horizon. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. I want you to reflect on the idea that if you've ever felt stuck in your own mind, you're certainly not alone. So many people grapple with the incessant churn of thoughts, trapped in a cycle that feels unbreakable. That's why I invite you to become the observer, a role that's both transformative and liberating. To make this clear, let's delve deeper into the psychological mechanism at play. When you feel overwhelmed by your thoughts, what you're actually experiencing is a kind of mental identification. Think about it this way. Your mind creates narratives that shape your reality, but those narratives are often riddled with fear, limitations, and false beliefs. What if I told you that your thoughts are not as solid as they seem? They may feel deeply real, yet they are merely fleeting impressions, like ripples on the surface of water. Your mind is crafting these stories based on past experiences, societal conditioning, and emotional responses. The trap lies in how easily we accept these thoughts as truths about who we are. And here's something crucial to understand. By not recognizing this dynamic, we pay a hidden cost. We lose sight of our true selves and become prisoners of our own minds. You might find that over time, your life gets overshadowed by these limiting beliefs, your perceived failures, your fears of judgment, and the incessant worry about the future. Now take a moment to let that sink in. How often have you allowed self-doubt to dictate your actions, to hold you back from pursuing opportunities that genuinely excited you? Let me tell you a story about a man I once knew. He had a brilliant idea that could change his life, but every time he thought about sharing it, a wave of anxiety washed over him. He would replay every possible negative outcome in his mind, each what-if scenario reinforcing his belief that he wasn't good enough. As a result, he never took the leap, and years passed by in quiet resignation. Do you see what happens here? He was caught in a web of his own construction, woven from fears and insecurities. It wasn't until a friend encouraged him to step back, to observe those thoughts rather than be consumed by them, that he began to recognize the freedom waiting for him just beyond the fear. But here's the powerful twist. As he started to see the thoughts for what they truly were, temporary clouds passing through the expansive sky of his consciousness, he found the courage to act. The weight of his worries lessened, and he began to experience a newfound sense of self. This is where we uncover the deeper layers of truth. You see, when you identify as merely your thoughts, you overlook the incredible potential within you. You're so much more than those fleeting impressions. You're the infinite observer, capable of witnessing your thoughts without getting dragged under by the current. As you consider this, you might be wondering about the practical application. It's one thing to understand this concept, it's another to embody it. So how do you begin to shift from being the thinker to being the observer? The first step is consciously recognizing when you're caught up in a thought spiral. You might say to yourself, I see you, my fear, I acknowledge you, but you do not define me. This simple act of recognition is powerful. It places you back in the driver's seat of your life. But wonderful transformations don't come without challenges. Stepping into the role of the observer might feel uncomfortable at first. Those around you may not understand this shift. They may question your decisions or cling to their usual narratives, expecting you to participate in their patterns of thinking. You may feel the pressure to conform to the mental chatter that's become so familiar. Yet remember this: discomfort is a part of growth. It's the signal that you're breaking free from old paradigms and redefining your path. Let me illustrate this with another story. A dear friend of mine made it her mission to observe her thoughts rather than simply accepting them as truth. At first it felt daunting. The ingrained patterns of self-doubt loomed large, making it tempting to retreat into the comforting darkness she once knew. But she persisted, and slowly she found her footing. Every time a negative thought crept in, she gently invited herself to step back and observe. It was like watching a film play out on the screen of her mind. Each thought, each emotion, just a temporary scene in the grand story of her life. You see, she realized that acceptance, not resistance, was the key to navigating through stormy weather. Being open to witnessing her thoughts without judgment allowed her to dissociate the I from the thoughts. Instead of saying, I am anxious, she began to say, I'm experiencing anxiety. This subtle shift was monumental. It granted her the freedom to feel without being defined by those feelings. As you embark on this journey of evolution, I want you to embrace the incredible shift that's available to you. You are not only allowed to explore this understanding, but you are invited to cultivate a deeper connection with the underlying essence of who you are. Remember, every moment is an opportunity for awakening, for stepping into an expansive reality. So I urge you to take this awareness into your heart. It's not the voice of your thoughts that defines you. It's the vastness from which you observe them. Let that realization sink in. Embrace it wholeheartedly. You are the eternal witness, the underlying current of life itself. When you wake each day with the awareness that you are so much more than your mind, life transforms into a beautiful journey of exploration. You have the key to unlock your liberation, So take it and step into the sky that is your true self. But here's what I want you to understand. When you truly see this, and I mean really see it, your whole perception shifts, igniting a transformation that reverberates throughout your life. It's as if your consciousness expands, revealing layers of possibility and awareness that you never even knew were there. Initially, everything may seem daunting, but this pivotal moment is where the magic begins. You start to recognize that your experience of reality is directly informed by the perspective you choose to adopt. When you step into the role of the observer, everything starts to change. You notice the small everyday moments more deeply. You marvel at the way sunlight dances through the leaves on a tree, the way a child's laughter rings with pure joy, or how the gentle rustle of wind brings a sense of tranquility. You begin to tap into a deeper layer of existence where life unfolds in all its rich and vibrant hues. Sometimes we get so caught in the whirlwind of our thoughts that we forget the beauty that surrounds us. Imagine feeling liberated from the shackles of anxiety, freed from the relentless need to validate yourself through mental chatter. You would navigate through life with newfound clarity, spotting storms on the horizon, yet remaining unfazed by the looming clouds. Instead of being swept away, you'd remain anchored in that expansive sky of consciousness, appreciating the full spectrum of your experience, both the light and the dark. That's the liberation that awaits you. However, there will be obstacles on this journey. It's crucial to recognize the internal resistance that may bubble up. Many people fear stepping outside of the familiar patterns they've been entrenched in for so long. They might feel that by letting go of the mental identities that have framed their lives, they are losing themselves. But let me tell you, this couldn't be further from the truth. The beauty of the observer role is that it brings you home to your authentic self. To illustrate this further, let's delve into the example of a woman named Sarah. Sarah spent years in a job that drained her spirit, convinced that her worth was tied exclusively to her corporate success. She had a constant internal monologue defining her identity, and it was deeply ingrained in achievement and approval. But one day she decided to practice observation. As she began to witness her thoughts about her work and her self-worth, she realized these were just narratives, fragments of a larger puzzle. Instead of allowing stress and anxiety to consume her, she began to identify her real desires. The more she observed, the clearer her vision became. Sarah noticed that she had a passion for painting, a dream she had flickered away beneath a mountain of corporate obligations. In allowing herself to be the observer, she unearthed creativity and joy that had long been buried. The key is acceptance. You too can arrive at a point where you learn to accept your thoughts without clinging to them. Think about it. When you understand that you are not the sum of your mental processes, but rather the space in which they unfold, you become empowered in extraordinary ways. Most importantly, recognizing your observer self means you reclaim your ability to act rather than react. You start to make choices based on what you genuinely want, from a deep place of intuition, rather than a knee-jerk reaction to the incessant noise of your mind. Eventually, as you make this transformation, something remarkable happens. You discover that your relationship with the world shifts profoundly. You no longer frame situations through a lens clouded by self-doubt. Instead, you begin to cultivate compassion for yourself and for others. You stop judging harshly. You start recognizing that everyone around you has their own clouds passing through their minds, and realizing that you have the power to navigate this storm with gentleness brings a sense of peace. This is the beauty of integration. You learn that while thoughts can bring chaos, they do not have to dictate your reality. You become adept at using your mind as a tool, one that helps you articulate your passion and express your creativity, rather than as a prison that keeps you ensnared. You find that when you let go of self-judgment, kindness becomes your response to others' struggles too. You become buoyed up by love and awareness. As you embark on this path, you'll most likely encounter challenges that may feel overwhelming at first. But remember, this is part of the process. Each moment of discomfort nudges you closer to liberation. With every observation, you begin to rewrite the narratives that have long held you back. Let me emphasize this. The transformation is not about suppressing your thoughts or avoiding what troubles you. It's about embracing the entirety of your experience while stepping beyond it. It's the dance of life itself, a balance between the storms and the clear skies. And this, my friend, is the gift you hold in your hands. The ability to reclaim the narrative of your life. You can choose to witness and write the story that aligns with your heart's deepest desires, releasing the weight of old identities. So the next time you feel the pressures of life weighing down upon you, remember to tap into that deep reservoir of consciousness within. Breathe deeply and allow yourself to float above the passing clouds. You are the observer, the creative force behind your life's canvas. The vastness of your consciousness is inviting you to explore it, to unfurl your wings and soar. Embrace the process of becoming and watch as your life unfolds into something breathtakingly beautiful. You are not just experiencing life, you are participating in the grand, expansive journey of endless possibilities. So let's bring this full circle. Remember when I said in the beginning that you are not just a collection of your thoughts. It's true, but what does that really mean for you today and moving forward? It means that the journey you've embarked upon has the potential to redefine your very existence. You are awakening to a profound truth. Life is not a series of problems to be solved, nor is it a puzzle to piece together. It's meant to be lived fully, vibrantly, and authentically, unapologetically true to yourself. As you step into this understanding, I want you to give yourself permission, not just to exist, but to thrive. You are allowed to explore the depths of your consciousness without judgment. You're free to express yourself without the constraints of past identities. Think about how liberating that is. You are no longer confined by the boundaries that you've been conditioned to believe define you. Perhaps it's time to let go of the beliefs that have kept you tethered to an old narrative. The weight you've carried, the burdens that have felt so heavy can be acknowledged but not owned. Remember, thoughts are just passing clouds. You have every right to clear the sky above. And here's the beauty of it. As you shed these layers, you create space for something new. Not just new experiences, but a new you. Now, as you continue this journey, let's reframe the original question. Who do you want to become? This isn't just a question, but an invitation, a call to action. You have the power within you to shape your story. As you break free from the chains of conventional thinking, recognize that your potential is infinite. You may find that a part of you wants to hold on to the old, familiar ways. I want to validate that feeling. Change can be daunting, and stepping outside your comfort zone is not always easy. But understand this. True liberation comes when you embrace the unknown. Let me ask you something. What if the very things you're afraid of losing are simply illusions? What if, by releasing the identities that no longer serve you, you create opportunities for deeper connections, greater joy, and expanded visions of life? I once knew someone who feared becoming their true self because they believed it would alienate them from those they loved. But as they started to step into their authenticity, they discovered that their true friends celebrated their journey. They found that by embracing their uniqueness, they inspired others to do the same. Authenticity creates connection, and connection fosters community. As you embark on this transformative adventure, remember to be gentle with yourself. Just like a flower emerges slowly from the earth, you are unfolding in your own perfect timing. Trust that the process has its rhythm and embrace every twist and turn. Acknowledge the feelings that arise, the excitement, the fear, the uncertainty, and know that they are all part of the experience. And here's a crucial insight. Your journey doesn't happen in isolation. As you embrace your authentic self, you inspire those around you to do the same. When you stand firmly in your truth, you give others permission to step into theirs. It's a ripple effect that enhances our collective consciousness, a shared awakening. It's like a symphony. Each note contributes to the beauty of the whole. So as you move forward, let the echoes of your journey resonate within you. The journey is continuous, not just a destination to be reached. Whether it's through moments of joy, sadness, struggle, or triumph, each experience adds to the richness of your existence. You are not trapped in the past, nor are you bound to the future. You are here, right now, in this moment, alive and conscious, and that is an extraordinary gift. As we conclude this exploration, I invite you to hold that thought close. You are enough just as you are. There's no need for more validation, no need for external approval. You are deserving of love, joy, and abundance merely because you exist. Each moment you choose to act from a place of authentic awareness brings you one step closer to the life you truly desire. So, my friend, as you step into the world, do so with your head held high. Own your narrative, and remember that you are the author of your own life story. Allow your heart to guide you, your wisdom to inform you, and your spirit to lift you as you navigate this infinite journey of possibilities. The sky above you is limitless and awaiting your exploration. Your path is wide open. Embrace it with courage, with love, and with unwavering authenticity. And in that sacred journey of becoming, you not only find yourself, but also contribute to something much larger. You become a beacon of light for others, and that, my friend, is perhaps the greatest impact you can have on the world. So go forth, spread those wings, soar into the sky of your true self, and let the world witness the incredible gift that you are.